God.
Before I start this video, I gotta say, please do not try anything you're about to see in this video. This is extremely dangerous and have a potential to cause serious injury or death. Today I have a Kobalt 40 volt trimmer. I want to modify the head so I can use a circular saw blade. Here's the head of the trimmer. I'm gonna remove it and see if I can fit a circular saw blade on here. The first thing we're gonna do is to remove this plastic cover here, and there is a plastic tab right on here. It says push. You push it in, and there's another tab on the other side, and then you can pull this out. Underneath you got a spool of wire. It pulls straight out, and inside, right in the center, we have a retaining ring. There we go. Next thing we're going to do is to remove this plastic cap here. It's held together by a round hex nut inside, but that's screwed onto the metal shaft right there. What you're going to do is to spin this whole plastic housing counterclockwise while keeping the center shaft stationary. Now you can see it's spinning very easily. And there we go. It's time to put on the blades. You got two blades I can put on here. This one is a 7 1/4 inch circular saw blade. That is a 12 inch miter saw blade. This circular saw blade fit in here just fine, but it's a little bit too small. This 12 inch miter saw blade will fit in here perfectly. The center hole on this saw blade is a little bit too big, and it doesn't fit on here, so I'm gonna need to have a washer to keep it in place. I found a washer that almost fit in here. I just need to grind it a little bit. I've got the blade installed. Let me remove it and show you what I've got. First of all, the nut on the top. This is the nut that holds everything together. This is the original nut that comes from the string assembly. So it goes in here like so, all the way in there, and then you just have to push it from the other side and it will come out. I went to Home Depot and Lowe's to find a nut for this, but I found out that this thread here is proprietary. There is nothing that fits in here. The size of the shaft is 7/16, and there are only two kinds: 7/16 14 thread and 7/16 20 thread. None of those fit in here. I also looked it up on the metric system, but none of those will fit in here either. And that's why I have to salvage this nut from the string assembly. Next one is a very big washer. And then this piece of rubber I salvaged from a lawnmower, and I drilled a 3/8 inch hole right in the center. Next is the blade itself with a washer that helps it center right on the axle, and also my copper wire. Underneath we got another piece of rubber from a lawnmower. And underneath we got a big washer, and this is the original washer from the string trimmer. I also installed a piece of steel that extends the guard out a little bit longer to give me more protection. Let's give it a go, shall we?
Oh my God. That is scary.
It sounds like an airplane, and I'm only on speed 1. I'll go ahead and try speed 2. Let's give it a try, shall we? Man, it goes through this bush like butter. So satisfying. I just want to do this all day. I'm going to try and cut this branch. It's about 2 inches in diameter. Let's see if we can cut through it.
Go up. Just like that.
And when I cut this, I don't have to spin at full speed either. All I have to do is to pull the trigger once and release, and the momentum of the saw blade is enough to cut that piece of branch right there. I've got a piece of 2x4 here. Let's see how good it cut through this piece of 2x4. Here you can see it go through the 2x4 like butter. So there you have it. This saw replaces a string trimmer, a hedge trimmer, a pole saw, and even a chainsaw. Not only can it replace these saws, it can even do a better job. This saw cuts so efficiently that all I need is to rev it up initially and release the trigger and let the momentum of the spinning blade do the job. The blade is so sharp it can cut through everything on its way. It goes through a 2x4 like butter, so it can even cut a tree trunk 4 inches in diameter. Does it mean it can replace a chainsaw? Maybe. There's nothing this saw can do except when it needs to cut a straight line because it is handheld. Other than that, this saw can do it all. The only problem with this saw is safety. Every time I rev up this saw when my wife is around, she gives me a cringe face. But the only way the blade can get loose and fly away is when the nut is loose. But the blade can only exit through this axle on this side. So I have to make sure to stay on the other side of the spinning blade and I will be 100% safe. Like any saw, I just need to treat it with respect and be extra careful when using it. It's not just this saw, but any saw can have a potential to do great harm when you're not careful. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.